Is there anything you'd like to talk with us about regarding things that are going on in the world? There seems to be a lot of chaos going on. Can you give us any advice on how to get through this?
Oh, love. We've got to recognize love for what it is and help people to see the light inside of themselves, whether it be through music, performance, art, poetry, words, books, literature, uh, speaking. This will wake people up. This is a huge ascension happening now. So many spirits are awake and waking, but since there's no time in reality, and what there is waking up, people being asleep and people being awake, and the trauma is very prevalent right now. The human collective trauma is, from a human perspective, very difficult to bear. And my understanding is that there are forces that are removing certain energies that need to be removed, like the scan I just did, like on that level happening quantum everywhere all the time. Spirits are really working hard at waking people up. So what there is to do is to receive the healing that's available, recognize it, ask for it, call it in, especially the archangels, especially Archangel Michael. The divine love and healing is on its way to being like a tidal wave that nobody can withstand it at a certain point. And we're not there yet in this linear timeline. It's unfolding, and we have to make it happen faster. All we have to do is be with it right now. More people are meditating than ever before. More people are discovering their inner selves. And a lot of it is happening because of the breakdowns, because of the societal breakdowns, the mental illness, the violence in schools, the violence between people and between peoples, between factions like the Palestinians and the Israelis. This fight energy has run for millennia, and people are starting to just be tired of it. It's boring. It's the same. It's like watching the same rerun all the time. It's an energy that is draining, and we're tired of it. So as we wake up, we'll see the futility of the violence and the guns and the other weapons and the weapons of language, how we hurt each other. It always has to start there, with the individual recognizing how much they hurt each other and how much we hurt ourselves. And so this next 5 years is an awakening of that, a birthing of the love that will really be available with human beings after the shift. But the shift is hard on humans. The human being we resist change. We don't, we want to make everything right or wrong or good or bad. And it's not like that. So it's like everyone has to recognize their no-bodiness. And once they identify with the body and the mind and all the thoughts that come along with it and let themselves float in the space of no body and no mind. We can become one. That's what will stop war. That's what will stop the chaos, the illness, the mental illness. Just remembering ourselves, coming back to remembering that I am is the consciousness of everything. It disappears at all the other stuff, all the thoughts that make us want to protect ourselves and keep what's mine and not share and not look across at my neighbor and smile. So our job is to connect back to that source, each one of us, to pick leaders who do that. That's going to change too. We're working on that. On the other side, having new leaders step forward who are awakened and taking away power from those who've misused it. Just removing, they're being removed actually from the planet. A lot of people. And learning their lessons and figuring out who they are so that they can move forward and create new stuff. They're going to be part of it too. But, even someone like Vladimir Putin has light in himself. He is a part of everything that is. He's just forgotten. And he's really identified with the mind and with money and with ego and with struggle and with resentment and fear. Even Hitler was a spirit and he played a role and he isn't evil. Neither is Putin and neither are any of the leaders. Trump, Biden. These are humans who are flawed, who have all the same flaws I have in my human form, but also have wonder and great real power. Real power is different than the domination that has been for millennia the focus of humanity. And now it's changing. What an amazing time to be alive, to see this and witness it and be a part of it. My human self is scared of it, but I'm so excited. My higher self can't wait for it. We'll work together again. Like we'll clean up our food system that is so unhealthy. We'll clean up our water that's been polluted. We'll clean up our air. We'll clean up our thoughts and our actions because we want to, not because some church tells us to or some guilt tells us to, but because we want to change the channel. We're tired of the same reruns. They're boring.
Can you help us get through it with grace and ease?
Yeah, sure. We're always available. You just have to call on us and get quiet enough so that we can speak, so that we have a channel that can get through to humans. So we'll keep speaking and we'll be loud. We're getting louder and louder. Hard to ignore now. And literally everywhere, all at once, people are hearing this and starting to stop listening to the other voices, the voices in their own head that are just their self-will knocking around inside their own skulls and making the focus so earthbound, the humanity misses all the incredible beauty and love that is possible and available right now. And we keep thinking living life like carrot out on the stick is going to deliver something, and it never does, because it is not available that way. That's not how it works. We can have happiness and joy, freedom and love and unconditional regard and joy, humanity, like peace. It's all really possible. It sounds, to the human, my human self thinks it sounds so airy fairy and naive and not possible, but my higher self says, yes, it is. It is already here. All it has to happen for it to be revealed is for things to be taken away as opposed to put in. It's like love is covered up by a whole bunch of thick, heavy blankets. The blankets are shame and blame and resentment and anger and fear. And then what we have is the revelation of what's always been there just by peeling away those layers. And each person, human, has the capacity to have those layers peeled away and reveal the love and the perfection that's really right here and right now. So it can be shared. It's being revealed, and we can trust that. And I invite all humans to trust that, and to trust that there are forces working to open everyone up again. And it's just the coolest time, where we've hit a tipping point where humanity is going to have so much revealed, and it'll be like a renaissance. We just have to get through a little bit of more struggle, so that, we're tired enough of it. Basically, that's what it is that humanity has to get tired enough, sick enough of their sickness, tired of their, or just bored enough, ready for something else. And then it gets revealed when we become willing. We have a willingness when we're done, when we're like, I'm tired of this, I'm ready. Then as soon as people get there and surrender all their stuff, their guilt, their shame, their fear, their resentment, and then realize their divinity again, we can create a heaven on earth here. It's available.